Hey, just wanted to share with you 5 baits that have been helping me crush the perch on Lake St. Clair this 2025 ice season. Let's grab the first one and get started. Dropshot with the minnow. Now, there's lots of choices in weights. You could use a split shot, simple, easy, effective for years. You could go with something a little fancier, tied on beneath a small hook that you're going to rig a minnow on. You're going to want about an 8 to 10 inch leader, and you're going to want to play with that to determine what length is working best that day. You're going to use that weight to get down there, stir the bottom up, and hopefully bring those perch in to your location. And once they get there, hopefully they'll notice that minnow and take advantage of a free meal. I personally, I've ran it a little bit this year, and I've had some success on it. Not a total game changer for me, but it does work. The next one I want to talk about is it's another bait that I like to use to call schools in, and then definitely will find you the better quality fish, perch, on Lake St. Clair, is a jigging wrap. And there's lots of colors to choose from. This one particular is a fire tiger.
Perch color. Sorry about that.
It does a great job just stirring the bottom up, letting you know what kind of composition you're working with, and calling in those fish. And guys, they'll put wax worms on the hooks. They'll put soft beads on the hooks just to up the presentation a little bit. Again, definitely calls them in and is definitely a big fish bait. Next one I had a lot of success with, especially now that it's mid-winter and the bite's getting a little tough on Lake St. Clair for the perch, is a tungsten jig. And I just love a jig. I run with somewhere between 3 to 5 mil. 5 mil has been my go-to over the last couple trips out. And right now I've got a small plastic creature bait on there. But most of the time my bites have came while I've had wax worms on there. And if you check my videos out, you'll see that in there. And I talk about that a little bit more on those videos. But colors, you know, this one's a fire tiger. I really like this one. Tackle Direct carries this, and they make them in-house. Great, just super sticky hook. They're not coming off once you get them pinned on this. So that's another one. And I'll grab this one over here just to, this is an old school slab grabber. Everybody knows what these are. Pretty much a little bit bigger size beaded spoon. But I definitely noticed that this will get a bigger, better quality bite out of the school if you can get them called in on this. Same way, you want to send that down there, let it glide, let it do its thing, and then start jigging it up off on bottom, letting it glide back down. A lot of times that flutter is what's going to activate that bite. And again, super sticky hook, great bait. And the classico, which everybody knows on Lake St. Clair for perch, is a beaded spoon. And multitude of colors, just gets it done. Gets down there, quivers out of this world, and it gets the perch to bite. It just really does. Big, small, medium. A beaded spoon is going to call those all in. And it's going to get you that strike. And that's what it's going to take to put perch on the ice on Lake St. Clair. Now, I haven't heard a lot of guys talk about this bait. And my last outing on Lake St. Clair for perch, I had probably some of the biggest ones of the season. Just under 14 inches. And once that bigger school of quality came in, it seemed like this bait really kept them under my hole, and it really, really enforced that strike. And that is a Rapala ultralight rip and wrap, and that's in the glow color again, because like we talked about, it's really dark down there. We got a lot of snow cover here in Michigan on Lake St. Clair, and that's something that those perch can see from far off. And don't mind if you're hooking weeds, you know, just a little bit of bait maintenance, and that's going to do the job of stirring that bottom up and calling those perch in. And that's the key. And if you have electronics, you know, I should mention that I use my electronics with these baits, and I'm not using forward-facing sonar. I'm just using 2D and a Vexilar flasher. And once I can see that I've got a lot of action under my hole, it's imperative at that time to have a power bait like that. And like, again, back to this jig as a secondary. I'll let that jig set there on a dead stick with a couple wax worms, maybe a foot off the bottom, and most of the time they'll eat it on their own. Just got to be ready for that bite. Something else I want to talk about with these baits is line. And line is super important. I'm running a 3-pound fluorocarbon on an ultralight rod. Ultralight. You can't have a stiff rod when you're trying to catch a panfish species like perch. You need something that's going to give and allow them to almost hook theirself. And again, a light rod really helps with that light line to minimize break-offs. So glad I could share that with you. I hope this helps some of you guys catch some more perch on Lake St. Clair for the 2025 ice season. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if there's anything that you think I can improve on, because I'm still learning myself. And once you stop learning, it's because you gave up. All right, we'll see you guys on the water.